So today we're starting the wrap on my Model Y. Again, I've wrapped it, this is the second time I'm wrapping it. I'll show you the color later on, but right now I gotta prep the car. Well, I have a little heater running because it's, what is it? It's 43 degrees outside, so it's a little chilly in here. But I also, a little while ago, I turned camp mode on, rolled all the windows down, so the car is helping to heat the garage as well. Probably could have done Karen's car as well, but we have to prep everything. I'm going to start by taking off all the trim, taking off the side cameras, taking off my license plate, cleaning up everything. I have some alcohol that I'm going to wipe everything down with. I'm going to clay bar the car. I have a synthetic clay bar from Mother's. Hey, there's a thing over there. This has a paint protection film on it already, so it's not going to be that bad. So it's already smooth, which is really nice. Even though I just did this the other day, I'm going to remove this because I have vinyl that's going to go over that. I'm going to leave that for the live video. I'm going to remove this section though. So my plan is to get this thing prepped and ready to go. I'm going to start over here with the passenger side. I'm going to do the doors, the fender, and the back piece, and probably this top piece first. And then I'll move to the other side. I'm going to save the bumpers for the bumpers and the trunk for tomorrow, because I'm probably going to have to turn the car around to do the back half of the car. The bumpers take some time, and I'll probably end up finishing those up probably on Tuesday or something. Today, by the way, today is Sunday the 7th, and later today, well, this video will come out later, but I'm going to do a live video showing you the hood. I'm going to wrap the hood on live video, and maybe something else, I'm not sure. But I'm still toying with some ideas. I got a dent up here. That was from going off-road. That was from my roof rack. It was right over here. The piece that came down here, we had a stick get jammed in there, and that sucks. I think someone can pop that out through the back. Same thing with back here. There's a dent right here from going off-road. So there's a guy in Charlotte, a dent wizard guy, or paintless dent repair guy that I talked to before. I think I'm ready to do those. If you want to, if you have time, let me know, and you can practice on my car. But today is going to be all about the wrap. Well, actually the next few days. I would love to wrap these, but they're plastic. I want to pop this bumper free so I can tuck into there. I would like to remove the headlights. It's not necessary because there's quite a bit of gap here. You can really fit the material in there, but I'd really like to do a really good job on this. So I think I'm going to remove the bumper. I want to wrap this really nice in here. So I kind of want to remove the bumper at least to get a gap so I can get in there. The bumper is going to take quite a bit of work, but if I have material enough to wrap the glass, what do you think? Not sure if I have enough material for that. I ordered 50 feet of material for the car, and I ordered a separate piece for the hood, something different. It's not the same color. All right, so I figured I'd show you the car before I show you how to do it all, because I know a lot of people aren't going to watch all the way to the end. If you're not interested in the wrap and how to wrap the car, then you're not going to stick around to see how I do it. Obviously, you're just going to fast forward to see what it is. I know a lot of you won't stick around for all of that. So here's what the car looks like when it's all finished. Kind of. There's some changes I want to make to the car. I'm going to contact the Tesla Bros and see about having some things cut for the side of the car, and just kind of bring some more green into the side because it is a lot of tan. I just finished it. I started Sunday around noon, and I finished it up Monday at 5 p.m. Taking my time. I took the car apart. I took my time at this. I really tried to do a really good job at it, and I think it came out amazing. There's only a couple spots that I see that are issues that most people probably won't see, but by far the best wrap I've ever done. I'm getting better each one, and I'm excited. So hey, if you want me to wrap your car, if you're in the Charlotte area, hit me up. Stay tuned if you want to learn how to wrap your car, how the process is, taking the car apart, what I did. I really took this car apart a lot, and keep watching. Be careful when you're prying this up. Make sure you go slowly, because if you just pull here, you'll bend it and you'll crease it, and then you'll have to buy a new one. And also be careful when you close the door down. All right, so I decided to remove the mirror, the side mirrors. It's not really that difficult. You have to remove the door panel to do this. This one you don't have to remove the door panel for, and then there's another one right down in here. I'm actually doing it on the driver's side. Now, so far I've gotten the top screw off, the screw's way over here. I got the screw off over here, and then the one that's covered up is my next step, because I haven't fully removed the door panel, and I want to see if I can do it without removing the door panel. It's down farther than I thought. So yeah, you don't have to remove the door panel completely. Don't remove the top one all the way, just so you can reach in here, because you have to remove your wire. Lift up and up. Not very difficult to do, and this is going to make wrapping this so much easier. Plus, if I decide to wrap this too. Next spot, I'm going to be working on the taillights. I'm going to remove the taillights, and then I'm going to remove my license plate. I don't think I'm going to remove these. I didn't remove these last time. I would have to pop off this panel again, which is not very difficult, so I may think about doing that, because it'll make wrapping this easier, because this is going to be a major hard piece right here. You know what? I'm going to remove this. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, it looks scary. It looks like I'm going through a whole lot of stuff, but to do a really good job on a wrap, you need to do this stuff. To get this mirror, to get this light off, it just sits right here. There's only the one screw right here that you can get to it right there. Once you drop this panel down, there's clips here that are just like the rear tail light. They just pop right off. You just put a little pry bar on this side, pops it up, and now you can get in there and wrap really good. Well, you can see the paint protection film. They couldn't really get in there very good. So now I'm going to be able to pull this and pull this nice and tight. It's going to make wrapping this so much easier. All right, so I went a little nuts. I wanted to take the headlights out, but you have to take the bumper off to get the headlights out. Kind of crazy, but it allows me to get in there really good and clean this area. And that way the vinyl I can wrap around in here, and it's going to stick really, really well. Plus, it was always tight in between the bumper and this area, so I can get in there really good, as well as underneath the headlight. The headlight, one of them is right here. This is really close, so now I'm able to get in there really easily. And the bumper's back over here. I'm going to do this probably Monday or Tuesday, but I kept it with this on here. As you can see, I don't have the speaker. I do have a speaker, you might have saw. I hooked up one of the door speakers, and it actually works. I brought the cable up here for that speaker and just ran regular speaker wire to it just to see if it works, because I was hoping, I wanted to do that before the last update, and making sure I had the alien noises, and then I did the update thinking the boombox feature would show up, and it still didn't. So I don't know when they're going to allow that to happen. It should just be software, right? I mean, if we had the speaker and it hooks up, it should just be a super stupid software update. Now I'm going to take this synthetic clay bar and some water and alcohol, and I'm going to spray down every panel, scrub everything down, wipe it all down, get in all the grooves, get all the glue from the last vinyl. Make sure you wrap around this corner here and clean every single thing. I'm going to probably spend an hour, hour and a half cleaning and preparing everything. So my goal today is to clean up. I don't even know what time it is. I just looked, it's 11:30. My goal is to clean up everything, get this panel done, this panel done, this panel done, and maybe this panel. If not, get this done. So this side is done. And then I'm going to go live, and then I'm going to show you what the vinyl looks like for the hood. So this time around, I got some magnets to help me. Not a lot of this car is magnetic, like the hood is not, but the fenders are. The doors are not, but you know, we're going to use as much as we can. If not, I'll use tape to hold things in place. I got a tool pouch here to keep everything with me so I don't have to be searching for anything. And this film, I've never used this type of film before. It's KPMF air release film. It's a premium air liner, so it doesn't have a liner on the outside. Most films that are not gloss don't have that. I've got my heat gun ready to go, and I'm gonna jump into this. All right, I've got obviously the fender and the door done. Well, I gotta cut out the door handle still. But this material is a little different than the 3M stuff I've used before. 3M has a little bit more tack. This has less tack, but you can push on it harder, which is really nice, and there's less glue lines. Like I said, I've never worked with KPMF, and I actually like it. It heats up really quickly, though, and that's one thing you have to worry about. 3M can take a little bit more heat, I think. Again, I've only done 2 panels right now, but the material I have for the hood is actually going to be 3M material. So I'm going to do this other door here. Good morning, it's a new day. So yesterday I finished up this side here, and then right before dinner I went live and we wrapped the hood on live video. And this is what, and if you didn't see that, I actually dropped a couple things in there that you might want to go back and watch. So to tie in the green, I brought in a camouflage green with some tire tracks in the camo, which I thought was kind of cool. Mud splattered on here. Doesn't quite match up perfectly, but I didn't want it to be so close that you missed it by a little bit. So I think it ties in really good. I think it'll tie in the green to the wheels here, especially once everything's done and everything's back on here. During the live video, a lot of people said wrap the door handles in the same color and the trim. I'm thinking about wrapping this trim in the same color. Not positive yet. I will do that last if I'm going to do that. I'm taking my time with this project because I want it to turn out really well. This went pretty good. This video was like 1 hour and 15 minutes long. Again, I was answering a lot of questions. This normally wouldn't take that long, but I think it came out really good. And now today, I'm going to set you up. I actually went through some tips on what to do with this. So if you want to go back and learn a little bit more, go watch this live video. I'm going to set you up and on a tripod, and we're going to bust out this side, these 3 panels here. I may decide to wrap the front bumper, or I may turn the car around and work on the back of the car. Maybe we should get the whole front end done first and then do that. Anyway, I'll figure that out later on. But I'm going to get ready and set you up on a tripod so you can see what we're doing. Before the battery dies, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut this. I didn't put any tape on this. I do see a lot of people taping this, but I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to break off a section. So I've got a fresh blade, and I'm just going to ride along the edge on the inside of this, and that'll leave enough to fold over. Go slow as you pop in, so you don't scratch the handle. And at some point you do have to lift up a little bit because of the mechanism in there, but you want to ride along this with the side of the blade at an angle, and then you want to just curl. Just scoring it enough. Just gonna shrink it a little bit. And push it in. And then we're gonna heat it up again. And this time I'm gonna open the door handle and do the same thing. Again, the reason I have the blue tape here is the vinyl doesn't stick really well to this, so it's easy to maneuver. And you don't want it to stick really well here, because if you pull the vinyl off, it could pull up the vinyl here. I have it here because I need to tuck it in here, and it just allows me to play with it more. And I have it up top here. Don't need it anywhere else because we're going to trim all the other parts. Super easy. And since I pulled a little bit, it's already pulling back at this point right here. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. So I want this to wrap around really good. So I'm gonna give it a little heat, just soften the material, and I'm gonna pull out this way and towards me. So give it just a little stretch. All right, I'm gonna lock that down. And you can already see it's wrapping around itself. Anything, and it's wrapping around itself, which is going to lock in that corner. It's something you really can't do too well if you don't take the headlight out. Will it still work if you don't take the headlight out? Yes, it will. So I didn't record, but it's just laying this on here, stretching it, and putting it underneath the gasket on either side. Really easy to do. Didn't record that, but now both sides are complete. And for right now, I think I'm gonna put the doors back together, put the mirrors on, put the trim on. So I pulled the car outside in the sun so the sun can help bake that vinyl. And then in here, I put a table together so I can clean the bumper. I'm not cleaning this side of the bumper, that's the bottom. I'm cleaning this, clay barring it, and alcohol wiping it, getting everything off of it so I can start the inlays. I'm gonna have an inlay right here, which is going to, haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing yet. Before I did this, I had an inlay that ran right here. You don't see the seam if you put it here because the bottom half comes over top of it. You don't see that seam ever. And then I had a black gloss piece here. Think about doing this one in the camouflage. So you have camouflage here, and then we'll have tan the rest of the way all around this. But you have to put a piece in here. You could possibly stretch that, but I don't want to stretch it too much and then have it fail. So that the best thing is to use knifeless tape and run it here, and then the rest I can do. Well, this whole section can be one piece. All right, I didn't show you this, but I put an inlay right in front here. I explained why I did that earlier. Then I put the camouflage up front to tie in with the hood. I think this would be a nice little touch here. Of course, the grills are out. This is barely just touching on here. This is just so I can stretch the material for the bumper. I'm gonna do that later after dinner. It's it's almost 5 o'clock now. So I'm gonna take a break while this just sits here. All right, so dinner's done. Now it's time to get back on the bumper. Just to let you know, it's 7:12. See how long it takes to do the bumper. Bumpers usually take a long time, although I've already done the inlay stuff, so. So I ended up taking the bumper off and putting it on the table here like I had before. I was able to stand up and fit everything into around the corner here. I do have a seam here and down here. You really don't see that one at all. And I'm hoping you don't see this one. Shouldn't, because you're gonna be far enough away from it. Now I just need to, I'm gonna put it back on the car so I can fix the bottom here, or the top half here, and that'll be, on the car, it'll be a lot easier. Hopefully the wrap didn't get damaged there. So all the bottom stuff is done. I'll put it back on the car, and without the headlights in, because it's just gonna pop in place. Finally finished the bumper. It came out really, really good. I'm taking my time on this, like I said before. I wanted to do a really good job, and I've done a kick-ass job so far. Don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I did a really good job this time, and it's gonna look really good. So everything is tucked everywhere. You don't really see that line too much. Tomorrow I'm gonna take the bumper back off, put a blanket down on this thing, put the lights back in it, put the lights back in the front of the car, put the grill back in, button everything up here, put the front back in, and then the whole front will be done. And then, so I started that bumper at, what was it, 7:12, and now it's 9:27. I had some issues with it because I was doing it by myself. I should have grabbed my son to help pull, kind of just yank on it as I was stretching. I'm gonna do that tomorrow with the back bumper, and I'm tired. I'm pretty tired. So today I did this, both sides of the top, this door, this fender, and the bumper. That's pretty good. That's actually, that's very good. So tomorrow, just two sides, deck lid, and a bumper. Should be no problem. So the car is finished. I got it sitting outside. I'm exhausted. It's 5:23 right now. I started around 9 o'clock this morning. I had a headache this morning. I just wanted to get it done, so I didn't film any of it today. And really, you guys care about what it looks like. And I think it turned out amazing. I mean, I see where the mistakes are, but I took my time. I did a great job. I think I did an amazing job on this one. A lot better than the wraps I've done before. I took a lot of things apart. I really wanted this to look really good, and I think I did it. I mean, you can tell by my hands, their hands are dirty. Tell me what you think. I mean, you guys are gonna tell me anyway, whether you like it or not. Especially if you don't like it, you're definitely gonna tell me. But as always, thanks for watching. Try this out. It's not too difficult to try out. Again, I spent $400 on material plus the hood. So maybe if you spent, maybe it's less than $500, you can totally change the color of your car. Add a little bit of protection, but totally change the color of your car. As always, stay awesome, stay positive. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Probably another DIY project.